Howdy folks, Kaloth here. It is Friday, June 28th, and it's going to be a big week next week in Galaxy of Heroes. Could even start up today, and I'm not talking about the upcoming Naboo raid. It looks like we're going to have the first community puzzle that we've had since prior to the release of Dr. Aphra. So I want to talk in this video about what that is, what we know so far, and how you can kind of follow along. So let's talk about the puzzles, right? What am I talking about? This is the Galaxy of Heroes Events Discord. The channel I'm in is under the category Crumb's Clues, and this channel itself is Clues. This is an example of what we've seen previously. This was leading up to Starkiller, which was probably the most epic one of these. It started with a blog or a forum post. At the bottom of the forum, actually the entire forum post, it looked like just nonsense, right? SB Crumb posted, said the one computer broke, so I checked one out from Antonin or August. Writing post doesn't feel right for some reason, had to hunt and peck. And he's got some crazy fixes here. Like, here's a fix. Known issue, frozen in time. No way to re-enter time continuum. Unit, removed jagged edges from older sword models. General, fission mailed. People saw this and what is this? Is this trolling? Not? No. People were able to utilize the clues found there, and it directed them to this image. This image was made to look like a Mesopotamian tablet with the image of a Death Star on the bottom, signed by SB Crumb. I'm not going to read all that, but that led them to the next clue. The next clue pointed to an Imager post that looked like it was a meeting notes for a fictional meeting that, again, didn't make much sense. Led to one of Crumb's streams of him playing Factorio, and eventually led to this is where I came into it when this was happening live. This is actually what brought me to the Galaxy of Heroes event server, because it was so interesting. It led to coordinates north of Denton, Texas, just out in the middle of nowhere, right? So here's Denton, Texas. If you've ever been there, it's a city on the way to Dallas. If you're coming from the north, down I-35, and up I-35 a little bit, in the middle of nowhere is this Texas just rural road, and this spot right here. And people thought, we're not going to have to drive out all the way out into the middle of nowhere of Texas to find the next clue. But somebody in the community said, hey, I'm close enough there. Let me go. Let me take a look. And wouldn't you know it, there's this. And if there was any doubt on it, it says SP_Crumb, or SB_Crumb, right? Crumb's username. And nobody was sure what that was, but it was clearly a clue. And after digging more, they found more information in Crumb's Factorio stream that led to more. I'm laughing because this was just so much fun at the time. It led to more coordinates. We were hours prior to this. We were like, "There's no way that we're gonna have to get somebody in the middle of nowhere in Texas." And just a few hours later, we're saying, hey, who do we have in California? Who do we have in Ireland? Who do we have in Japan? And sure enough, people were there. And they found posts. They found these clues. They were able to put the clues together, which led to the Dash Rendar kit reveal. Nobody knew that Dash Rendar was coming to the game at this point. Dash Rendar was one that everybody had said, oh, he's not canon, he's never going to come. So it was kind of a big deal at the time. And it did end up revealing that Starkiller was coming. So I'm going to put a couple of couple of links on here in the description, so you guys can go take a look at this, because I'm doing a terrible job of walking you through it. Right, this thing was so epic, and this is the best example. There were other puzzles prior to this, and then there was another puzzle, at least one other puzzle after, that eventually led to, as we can kind of see here as we scroll down, it eventually led to the reveal of Hondo, which led to the reveal of Dr. Aphra. So, why am I talking about this? Why am I talking about puzzles? That was the last puzzle that was ever done in Galaxy of Heroes. That ended in October of 2022, revealing that Dr. Aphra was coming to the game. Well, yesterday afternoon, our community manager, Meathead, posted this GIF of a ticking clock. And he posted this GIF in the Clues channel. Importantly, it's not something... This isn't a channel that any user in this Discord has access to. This is only a channel that SWGOH, the server moderator, and the server owner, and then other moderators would have access to, right? So the fact that Meathead could post anything here meant that he had to go to the server owners and say, listen, I want to post here. It was very intentional. So I can only take this to mean one thing. There's a puzzle coming. Obviously, SWGOH is going to know more than he lets on here, but when we go up and look in the speculation channel from this morning, he has posted, SWGOH, the server owner, posted a kind of a start to the puzzle where they're going to have a meetup on Discord for the people who are interested in following along with this, participating in this puzzle. If this is your kind of thing, if you get into kind of all what are they, ARGs, is it alternative reality or augmented reality games, if you get into real world scavenger hunts, if you get into geoguessing, that kind of realm of things, right, this may be your thing. And it's I'm sad that I missed the first half of the Starkiller puzzle last time, so I'm going to participate in this from the beginning, so long as, you know, I'm able to. Some of it is going to be during work hours. So that's going on today. What could that mean? We know that the Naboo raid is launching next week, which is, by the way, crazy early. Everybody is a little surprised because most people were expecting the raid towards the end of July or early August. I know I was. I was also expecting Jar Jar Binks to return in early July. Now I'm not so sure. So if you're not Jar Jar ready, I recommend getting there. But what comes after the raid? Obviously, this puzzle is meant to reveal something kind of hype-worthy. We've got... We're at the end of the Phantom Menace content cycle, right? There are a lot of people who are saying, oh, you know, we haven't gotten the N1 Starfighter, we haven't gotten any ships, we haven't gotten Watto, you know, we haven't gotten Captain Panaka. There are a lot of things that people who are real big on the prequels still want from Phantom Menace, but I think by and large, it really does seem that we're past that content cycle, right? But we don't know what the next content cycle is yet. It still hasn't been announced. We do know that a Road Ahead post, an RA, is coming from Meathead pretty imminently. We know that he's working on it. He said that he's working on it. He's also said that it's not coming out this month, so not in June. Next Monday is July 1st. So we know that there's an RA coming. We know that there's another content cycle coming, but we don't know what's in it. We've got little clues, right? We know that the June login characters were Imperial Remnant and Night Sister. We know that the July login characters are Imperial Remnant and Night Sister. We know that the previous years, the content cycle that happens roughly in this slot, right, the second cycle of the year, has been a fleet, right? Last year it was Leviathan. The year before that it was Profundity. And then we know that what usually comes after that, again going off of past years, is a Galactic Legend. You know, last year was Leia. The year before that it was Jabba. Is this year going to follow the same pattern? I think clearly not precisely, right? Because it's already deviated a little bit. We're already past that point. So, are we getting a new fleet yet? We could, right? We have a couple of data mine store bundles called chase bundles that could lead to the next units being ship chases that could lead into a new fleet, right? Or we also, as of this week, have data mine bundles for 3 upcoming marquees. So we know that we're getting 3 new characters in the relatively near future. 3 new character units doesn't really scream new fleet. It definitely screams new journey, right? So maybe a galactic legend, maybe a legacy event, right? Dr. Aphra was the last puzzle. She was a legacy event. Starkiller was the last puzzle. He was a legacy event. Are we getting I've been saying Galactic Legend Thrawn on Discord. I've been saying that since December. Are we getting maybe a legacy event for Imperial Remnant Thrawn? Right? Are we, instead of getting a new fleet, are we getting some legacy event, and that's why they're doing a puzzle with it? I don't know. I don't have any of the answers. It's fun to speculate, but all I can say is next week is going to be fun. And the puzzle is, by all accounts, going to start today. I think, if Sig is organizing a puzzle meeting at 11:30 a.m. Central Time, my time, today, and he's the one who allowed Meathead to post in that channel for the first place. I have to think that there's some sort of coordination between the two. So if you're into this kind of thing, take a look. This is tangentially associated with Galaxy of Heroes, the game, right? If you play this game, you could be completely unaware of this puzzle and you could be okay. But if you're like me and you enjoy the community aspect of it, first thing I recommend, go to SWGOH events Discord. Sign up there. It's a great community resource. And then tune in on this puzzle and keep an eye out, because it's going to be a fun week. So I hope everybody is well. Thank you for watching. Next week, I'm planning on, whenever, I don't know details on how the raid is going to launch. When is it going to be available? Are tickets going to reset? Once tickets do reset, once my guild is able to attempt the raid, I'm going to go in and do what I can. I am still not fully ready for it, and probably won't be when it launches, right? I don't have Jar Jar. I'm still working on actually sharding up Keller and Beck, but I'm going to get in there and play around, do what I can. And then this next content cycle is one that's exciting me quite a bit, even though I don't know what it is. So expect to see more about that. Thanks for watching. May the Force be with you, and maybe I'll see you on Discord.